Hello, my name is Vincent Gonzalez. I am the CEO and founder of Finance America. Finance America with this lender has done over $3 billion worth of loans. In this video, we're going to talk about what is the easiest way to get business funding. So that first thing I want to talk about is going to be understanding your loan needs. Understand what type of loans do you need, what type of loans does your business need, what type of funding does your business need. Like that, you're able to take action on the loan that you need. I recommend when you apply for a loan, don't apply for every loan that's out there and apply everywhere. It's going to damage your credit. Apply with one lender, but before you apply with that one lender, do your research on which loan you want and need. Is it a business line of credit, a hard money loan, an equipment financing loan? Which is the loan that you are looking for? Which is the loan that your business needs? And that will be able to provide the right amount of funding and the right type of funding with the right loan terms to be able to succeed with your business and be able to expand and grow that business. So a very important thing is going to be understand your loan types and which type of loan does your business need, so you're not wasting time, you're not hurting your credit, as well as it makes it a lot less stressful, much more seamless, and much easier for yourself and your business. So that second thing I want to talk about today is going to be research loan options. This goes pretty much directly with the first thing I talked about, but understand what type of loan your business needs and then do the research on that loan. If you need hard money loans, equipment financing, business lines of credit, SBA loans, commercial real estate loans, if you're trying to buy a property, do your research on which type of loan you need, and then once you figure out that loan, do research on how the terms are, how long can I can make my payments for, what are my monthly payments. And if you don't want to do all that research, you can go with a lender and go ahead and apply once you know the loan you need, and that will make that process much more simpler for you. With that lender can give you an email or some type of information on exactly what is included in that loan and how they can assist you with that loan. But first and second thing kind of go together, but it's going to be research which type of loan you need so you're able to pick that correct loan. You're not choosing a loan that you don't need and wasting time and doing multiple loan applications, and as well as it will save you time to be able to get that funding as fast as possible to be able to expand your business. The third thing I want to talk about is going to be opt for online lenders. Don't just always go to a bank and get a traditional loan. They're usually going to be a little bit lower interest rate, but they're not as flexible. So if you're not making maybe 30, 40, 50K a month in revenue for your business, you most likely won't be able to get a loan with the bank. Now, if you're making that or less, you will be able to get a loan with, for example, Finance America. We will be able to give you a loan for that amount of revenue, whatever that amount is. But just want to go out there, we're not the only company out there that provides business loans. We are one of the top, but we're not the only ones. But I would recommend to go more to online lenders where you can hit multiple of them, call multiple of them. You don't have to go to each location like you would with a traditional bank, and you're able to get more options and see which one you feel more tailored, which loan option you feel more tailored to you from all the different online lenders there are. And it's going to be much more seamless where you don't have to go to a bank, you don't have to do any of this. When you go to an online lender, they'll be able to send you DocuSigns and that type of stuff to be able to get your loan process faster and done easier. As well as another thing is if you go to a bank, your funding takes a lot longer to be able to get processed and funded into your bank account. If you go to an online lender, it's much easier. Usually with Finance America, 24 hours after your application is approved, you get the funds in your bank account. So that's another thing, pros and cons. With online lenders, you get funding fast, quick. With traditional banks, it might be a little bit slower. Now, I recommend to do both of them. Go to some in-store or traditional banks and go to some online lenders and see which one you like better for you. I recommend to do both of them. Don't just do one of them. The more information, knowledge is power, the more understanding you'll have about which loan you should get and what are the pros and cons of each one. The fourth thing I want to talk about today is going to be prepare documents in advance. If you're going to go, like I mentioned before, if you're going to go to a traditional bank, have your documents ready, listed, to be able to walk in and say, okay, you need my cash flow, my P&L, here it is. It's going to make it a lot seamless. Same thing with online lenders. Have your documents ready. Once you're doing that research for the loan that you want, what type of loan types you do want, have your documents ready. It's going to make everyone's life easier, including yours, so you're able to not have to go through all your files and go through all this system and process to get these documents. No, you know what type of loan you want, what's the exact loan type you want, and what's the term. You're able to provide these documents in advance, and you're able to get that loan faster and get the 100% the most important thing is get funded faster. The faster you get funded, the faster you have the funds in your bank account, the faster you can grow your business and expand your business to be profitable, or expand it to get a second location, a third location, a fourth location, whatever you need those funds for, or account receivables. You're able to get that funding as fast as possible if you have those documents prepared. The fifth thing I want to talk about today is going to be choose lenders with simplified process. This kind of goes back to the pros and cons of traditional banks and online lenders, is that with traditional banks, it's going to be a lot longer process, a lot more documents. With online lenders, it's going to be a lot less documents, more seamless. But even with online lenders, you do need documents. Even with traditional banks, you do need documents. But if you are to choose with a traditional bank, choose a bank that doesn't have such a long process and such a hard process of so many documents. Choose an online lender or traditional bank, whichever one you want to decide to go with and move forward with. Choose one that doesn't have such a long process. A long process is kind of useless. It doesn't do anything, it doesn't give you more funding. It's the same thing. They just want more verification, as an online lender might want less verification, but it's the same amount of funding, and even with us, you get funding faster. Now, I would really recommend to go with an online lender if you want to go with a less lengthy process. It's going to be a lot easier, and you just have to PDF everything, DocuSign everything, much easier. But one advantage you do get with the traditional bank is you probably will get a lower interest rate. Instead of 6% with an online lender, you'll probably get 5% or 5.5% with a traditional bank. Now, with that traditional bank, it's going to take longer to get that funding and other cons. But if you're mostly interested on your interest rate, I really recommend to go to a traditional bank. If you're not worried about 1.1% and you're just worried about getting the funding fast, expanding your business fast, I would recommend more to go to an online lender. The sixth thing I want to talk about today is going to be prioritize lenders with quick approval. Kind of goes back to the traditional banking and online lenders. With traditional banking, it's going to be longer process for approval, it won't be as seamless, but you do get that lower interest rate. With online lenders, you'll be able to get maybe a tiny bit higher interest rate, and sometimes the same interest rate, because sometimes if you're getting like an SBA loan, you're going to get the exact same interest rate as you would with the bank, as you would with an online lender. Now, if you go with something like an account receivable or a business line of credit, that's where the interest rate's going to be a little bit higher with a online lender than with a traditional bank. But if you are just looking for an SBA loan or commercial real estate loans, most of the times, 90% of the times, the interest rate will be the same. Now, one thing I really want to recommend is going to be that quick approval time, especially if you're in real estate where you have 30, 60, 90 days to close on that property. If the bank starts to extend and extend and extend, you might lose that deal. That is where online lenders could be a very good process and a very good option to be able to get that quick approval and get that funding easier as well. So with traditional and online lenders, it's pretty much the same thing. You might pay a little bit more interest rate to an online lender just because they're not as big as a traditional bank, but it has its pros and cons. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be, once you do get approved for a loan, read the terms and conditions. Well, just because you got approved on the loan doesn't mean you need to take that loan. Kind of how it works is once you do an application for a loan, then they're going to come back with, okay, we have this type of loans, this term, this relationship, this. Now, go ahead and read those loans and understand exactly what you're signing on. Don't just listen to the broker, whoever's telling you with the bank, sign this one, this is probably the best option for you. No, actually go through it, read, understand what is going to be the best tailored option for you, what's going to be the option that's going to be the easiest for you to pay back. Choose the right loan and read those terms and conditions. If you don't know the terms of the loan and you sign blindly, it's going to be a huge mistake because you don't know what's your monthly payment, what's your interest rate, you don't know any of that information. Read those terms. I know it sounds basic, but some people don't read the terms. Just because you got approved and they brought you 3 different loan types, don't just take the one you think is better. Read the terms and see which one will actually be better for your business. In conclusion, to summarize this video, it's really easy to get a business loan if your business is producing some type of cash flow. Your credit is not a 300 or 400. It's not going to be that hard to get a business loan. Now the question is, how much would that business loan be for? You won't be able to find out until you apply. So I really recommend If you're needing a business loan, go to financeamericatoday.com and that will be able to help you on your process of getting a business loan. Very simple, not that hard. And in this video, I also explain what are the pros and cons of going to an online lender as well as going to a traditional bank lender.